That's a good bit.
Oh my God, his ability to absorb punishment. Like, you know how some boxers, kind of like Rocky, where they've just been punched so hard, like, I could do this all day. I think that's Ty's brain.
And hear no
I think
bell.
it's just so concussed it doesn't even realize it.
You're listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to Cult Talk Net's Thanksgiving Feast. This is the first serving we have for you in this smorgasbord of Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving Eve release, a little special here for youtube.com/culttalknet.
We're so sorry.
And we are doing ThanksKilling 3, a follow-up to last year's Thanksgiving special. I'm Ty.
I'm Eric.
I'm Ben. You guys deserve better.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Michael. I've just finished eating pizza.
This is Jerry's first Cult Talk Net holiday with us.
Yeah, this is first episode outside Cult of Lore.
Yep. Thank you guys for inviting me to this thing that we experienced.
It had to be there.
This thing that we experienced. You don't have to act grateful.
ThanksKilling 3.
I'm not going to call it a
This was,
pleasure. I'm going to call it an experience.
Last year, we promised we would do this for Thanksgiving, and we deliver
Somebody did.
on our promises. Eric
Wasn't.
promised that.
It wasn't me. It wasn't
Damn
me.
near chomping at the bit to do this movie, and we finally had to appease him and do it, and somehow he roped all of us into
can't.
it.
He just couldn't wait to close the trilogy out.
He
can't.
roped Ben into it. That's how much he wanted to watch this.
No. I volunteered to be on this, but only because I was like, if I'm on this, we have to do planes, trains, and automobiles. This was not for free.
Yep. We have.
do you think your price should have been higher somehow?
I feel like you.
When it comes to Thanksgiving
Deals were
movies,
made.
I don't think there is a higher.
This, of course, is the sequel.
To
Well, I guess
ThanksKilling
this
2.
is the third in the trilogy that follows on the 2007 cult classic ThanksKilling.
I'd say it will make sense as we get into it, but
It won't.
it won't.
It won't.
We're not even really going to get into it.
This was a trip, if I had to say anything about it. This was I had never seen this movie, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I will say the trailer made it look a lot more cohesive than the actual movie.
Cohesive. Now, there's a word that's abandoned by this movie.
So let's run down some stats
Yep.
before we jump into the meat of the review.
Right.
You get the stats, I'll get some trivia that's on IMDb.
Well, I'm a little slow. I think Eric's
I've
already pulled it
got
up.
the stats
For
up.
ThanksKilling 3 or ThanksKilling.
Oh no, that's ThanksKilling.
Yeah, there's not
Shit.
even a wiki page.
Yeah,
for-
No, there's
you know
no
what?
wiki
That's what I ran
page for
into.
it.
That
Yeah.
is.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
The internet doesn't want to remember this
I
movie.
have-
And here we are
here we
digging
go.
it up and bringing it,
It
out.
transcends memory.
I'm glad I followed the course of Mandela alternate universes that kept ThanksKilling 3.
Oh, are you? Okay, I've got IMDb stuff.
So this is directed once again by Jordan Downey, who also is one of the writers. He is the
guy that
man
did a movie on turkeys. His last name is Downing.
Downey. Downing, yeah.
So that's a little worse.
That's
yeah.
not better.
No.
And he did. He's the guy who did the original, so
Yeah.
he's coming back for his third take on the ThanksKilling franchise.
It isn't.
Yeah, his
It
third take on it.
It isn't.
Look, one of the other writers was
T3.
related to him, and Jordan Downey was one of
It's
the writers.
probably just some of the same
Mike
college
Will Downey
students.
was. Yeah,
Mike Will
Another
Downey
writer.
sounds like a
Writer.
fake name.
It does.
Mike Will Downey. Why two first names? Why do you feel the need to include the Will? Are
Yeah,
you afraid to get confused with another
Yeah.
famous Mike Downey?
you're right. Yeah,
Is that the
Not to be confused, I'm the Will Downey.
yeah,
Sorry.
I'm the Mike Will Downey. And this also has the return of Benjamin Simon, who does the voice of Turkey. He was the original voice actor from the original too.
Well, at least they got the
And,
originals come back for the whole trilogy. That's all.
Yeah, he came back for the whole trilogy. That's pretty good when you get an actor roped in that. He probably had to sign a multi-picture deal from the first film. I'd imagine.
I'm going to need you.
It's a franchise.
Yeah, he had. Yeah, he knew he was getting into.
Like, we got to lock him down before he
one
gets
good
famous, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, of course, this will eventually, hopefully, lead into the Turkey cinematic universe.
oh my god.
Has Disney bought this property yet? Or
I hope so. I hope they do.
There
Are
we
we
go.
gonna have
Oh, yes.
That'd be great.
Because
Are we
then
gonna have a
they would
10-part
buy it,
series?
then they would do the animated version, then they would do the live action reboot of the animated live action version.
Okay, now
and
there's
then we can have a podcast where Ben bitches about how they ruined the
they ruined the
You know what they'll
integrity.
do? In the reboot, they'll actually cast the chicken as turkey. They'll be like, we found a nice pigeon to play turkey. That's what Disney would do.
Yeah.
What's the budget?
Timeline.
What's the budget on this movie?
$10.
113,000.
113,000.
It's in there. I found it a few times.
3,000. This was
Okay.
Because I
fully,
kept trying to look at what it made, and I couldn't find it.
and this was
find what it
fully
made.
funded on Kickstarter.
Which
Yeah.
that is
Yeah,
one.
ain't nobody else signing on for this.
The fans really wanted this.
The fans wanted it.
Listen,
Hell,
all
if,
8 of you that donated to this should be ashamed of yourself.
if I had like been aware, I probably would have donated. 'Cause I really liked the first
You
movie.
liked the
But you
first
didn't
one.
like this.
I didn't, but I would have known that by donating. I wouldn't have.
That's true.
I wouldn't have known
If you
what
went
the
into
improv
it
would have been.
donating because of the first one, you got bamboozled a little bit.
I
It's a
feel
gamble.
like it. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it
but
as well.
he's still saying, like, with backwards hindsight, he's like, I wish I'd have donated. It's like, why? It's like,
No,
well,
no,
I didn't
no,
know
no.
it was bad.
would've.
No, I said I would have. I would have.
See?
Backwards hindsight, no. I feel like I got a little gypped, but if I had have had paid, well, I've paid money for this movie. I own
At
that
the
DVD,
time
so.
of 2012, ThanksKilling 3 was the highest funded horror film on Kickstarter.
I would guarantee that's been surpassed
Maybe.
because it wasn't wasn't too long after this where like big Hollywood actors decided to start going to Kickstarter and funding their
Which
projects
is really
and
just a
stuff.
load of shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. I always thought that was kind of
Get outta
skeezy
here.
when they would do
Yeah,
that when you had all these guys, established filmmakers deciding they were going to go to Kickstarter and take money from.
I mean, listen, I
Independent
guess
film.
there's a case to be made if you're like an established filmmaker and you're like, listen, I have this story that I want to tell. And I mean, nobody will take it.
Yeah.
No studio will do this idea.
Yeah.
Then
I guess,
sure.
okay.
yeah, like
This is the
movies like
only way.
ThanksKilling 3.
Sure.
Stop hurting. Ben.
Actually, you know what? Fine, you've sold me. That is the point of
That is the
Kickstarter.
point of it. That is the point of it. These filmmakers who aren't in the studio system to have an opportunity to make a film. That's what it's for. But then
I
you have
completely
guys.
agree with you that you can use a system that the way it is intended and still abuse the living fuck out of it.
So as of 2022, Chris Stuckmans, he's a YouTuber, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Stucky
yeah.
boy.
That's the one film guy we watch. He's from like Akron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shelby Oaks is the film, I guess.
Okay.
It's the highest
Yeah, Chris Stuckman.
horror film funded on Kickstarter now.
Ah.
He's pretty good reviewer.
He took
He's-
over ThanksKilling 3's record. But
Yeah.
Dethroned ThanksKilling 3.
Yeah.
Another Ohio native.
Yeah.
Stuckman's from Akron, so yeah.
I'd have to see a picture of him if he's the one I think it of.
I'll have to
He's
show you. Get
actually-
Stuckmanized. That's like his thing.
Get stuck
I'd have to. I watch a lot of reviewers.
But yeah, this right here, I would say it probably didn't hold that title for long, even beyond that. But
Oh, yeah.
1.39 million he raised.
I'll be
Jesus.
nice.
how much?
1.39 million.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, jeez.
Almost 2 million.
Just for inflation.
I mean, it was this year. Like,
I find
he
his
does-
opinion stupid.
it was pretty close to what ThanksKilling 3 got.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be. So I guess you guys want to go ahead and talk a little bit about ThanksKilling 3 here for our Thanksgiving Eve
Thanksgiving Eve.
YouTube exclusive review.
Yeah, okay, we can. Ty, you can put down.
All right, are you guys ready?
You didn't want me to go over these little fun facts? Trivia?
Oh, wait, you want to get into them in the review, or you want to drop them here?
Let's start in the review. Take us to the
All
next
right.
spot. What are you saying?
Let's begin.
Oh,
Get me out of here.
what the club?
I snuck it right in there.
ThanksKilling 3. Now, universally, this is all of our first time watching this, which is a shock because I've owned this movie for a while and I held off on it just because I wanted to watch it with a group of people.
You didn't want to spoil it. You know.
I didn't want to spoil it.
He did that for you. Guys.
For
He
you.
did that for
Oh,
us.
that was
for the
so
team.
sweet for Eric. I held off for Eric.
We've been
and Ben.
real
Sweet.
fucking nice to you, Ty. I don't know why. Damn.
Okay.
Ben has this argument with us all the time. He's like, I try and watch things that are good for you guys.
If you
Like,
look at all of my suggestions, they're quality, goddammit. Like, I don't bring this shit out and cart it in front of our audience.
Let's carve
I mean,
this turkey.
quality is just a subjective term.
Oh,
is
no.
the thing. I mean, what is quality at the end of the day?
ThanksKilling, not part 2 or 3 though.
Yeah, ThanksKilling 1. So ThanksKilling 3, this movie has a much bigger budget than ThanksKilling, and it shows.
In the worst way.
I mean, it's crazy. You can tell like they definitely have improved on their filmmaking.
Yeah.
because visually, because it had very well shot. The opening sequence with those guys burning the ThanksKilling 2 DVDs.
That's not the opening sequence.
Oh well, yeah, that's not the opening sequence. Is a very tight shot of Wanda Lust's tits.
Which, by the way, those weren't worth the price of admission.
No, I thought that way back when we watched because she's the same pair of tits from ThanksKilling.
Well, let's be fair. They didn't say great tits in the first second. They just said boobs.
I mean, I feel like if your advertisement's going to be that you spent X amount of money, if you've spent money on somebody just for their boobs, and it's going to be a selling point, I feel like it is incumbent upon you to produce the best.
Well, it's probably but you could also pay money for 1-2 Sally on the corner to show her.
Yeah,
boobs.
but you're not gonna advertise that unless you're an idiot.
I'd advertise 1-2 Sally on the corner.
I don't know who she is, but
me neither. I'm sure she'd do it for $50.
What'd you guys think about her spacesuit? She was in space.
Very
Did
practical.
we mention that?
Very practical. Oh, yeah, it opens up
Fashionable.
Wanda Lust floating through space with her tits out.
Yep.
She looks
NASA
She
accurate.
looks sad.
She does.
Well,
she
she was
does.
about to get killed.
No,
She's lost in space like a Sandra
she wasn't
Bullock
even
movie.
looking.
She had her helmet
I'm
open.
trying to apply like
did.
actual
And
shit
she
to this
seemed
movie, but she
pretty
wasn't
calm
even
about
looking
that.
where the blasts were coming
And
from.
The
That was
vacuum
the-
of space.
I like how you're like, I'm trying to apply real logic to this film.
That
like
was
the-
the look of a person that looks back on a life full of dick and realizes that's the high point.
Now, it could be.
I
Maybe
feel-
that's
I
why
feel-
she was able to hold her breath so well
Yeah,
in the vacuum of space.
yeah, exactly.
It served
Using
her
the
well.
skills that she developed.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly.
Good
And-
for Wanda.
And she's killed by 2 flying laser shooting turkey basters flown by our very first appearance of Turkey, as well as a new character, Captain Pilot, who is a anamorphic talking
pie.
pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Even Jerry was just like backwards tracked on that.
Yeah.
Captain.
But he did call out the pun before it showed up, though. He was like, it's a pilot.
Yeah, he's a pilot.
So I was, and then they said it, and then I could have died on the spot, and then I died 1,000 more deaths after this.
Yeah, this was a rough one for Eric.
So,
He didn't enjoy it for some reason.
You didn't enjoy
I didn't. That's going to be a running theme here. Is I really do feel like this movie does not live up to the original, and that's kind of a hard thing to do. I don't.
yeah.
This is from a guy that claims that Sharknado 1 is boring, and that's why it's the weakest.
They
in the
really caught their
series.
stride in the other 4.
The second one it really picks up. It's a pretty good series.
See, so if he's
5
saying
out of
this
6
isn't
are
up to
good.
snuff, then
How long do you think it took them to shoot this film?
Oh, I saw.
Probably
I
a
saw
minute.
the number.
I'd say like a week.
Well, the first one took 11 days.
Oh wow, okay,
Mhm.
so a
That-
month.
that makes sense. They had to
Did
do
it
like
take a
all
month?
night
Did
shoot.
they spend a month on this?
You're feel like it better not went longer than 11 days. God damn it!
2 weeks.
50 days to shoot this
Jesus
film.
Christ!
days.
Whoa.
Almost 2 months.
You know
kinda
why
felt
I
like it at
believe
times.
that?
Yep.
You know why I believe that? I bet shooting and keeping like the daily logs of what scenes you have and haven't shot and trying to keep a cohesive story while you're shooting this motherfucker was a nightmare.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, how would you storyboard and shoot and keep track of what shots you have with this?
I have no
fucking
idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I
So
think they were just working off a beat sheet, really. Like, this plot point, then this plot point, then this plot point, and then they would just tangent and
Like,
branch out.
There
from
were so many times that I was just like, I mean, like, even beyond it being goofy, I was like, I have no fucking idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Right. The thing with
I
like
can't imagine
ThanksKilling 1, ThanksKilling 1 had it was an hour 10 minutes, and they had a very limited budget. 3 figures they had to play with.
Yeah.
They had 1 puppet as well. You only had 1 turkey, and they kept everything nice and cohesive. There was 7 characters in the whole movie,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
yeah, it was very tight. Like there wasn't a bunch of nonsense. Like all of it was cohesive. Like there was if there was a bit, it had to do with the plot. What little plot there was, but at least there was an actual plot of this. Just a generic slasher movie with a turkey. That was the whole point of it. And they had all these goofy bits, and they all tied in and kind of poked fun at slasher movie tropes and things like that. So it had a purpose. This movie had no idea what it was doing. It was, I don't know. I don't even know. It was insane.
They winged it.
I wonder if this added to the filming days, because the hero, Rhonda Worm,
Yeah.
That's the hero.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rhonda Worm. The puppet broke many times while shooting and constantly had to be repaired.
That explains that fucking hot dog.
At one point during the movie, at one shot, the worm puppet that we see in the movie is just a turkey with googly eyes on it. No,
a hot dog.
It's all
Hot
with
dog.
googly eyes on it.
It's got a little
And
mustache.
it's just for one shot.
1/3 of the movie was shot with the original puppet, 1/3 after undergoing repairs by Troy Smith, and the final third after repairs once again. In the final film, you can clearly see 3 different looks for Rhonda Worm, and this is why.
There is
I wonder
They're not
why.
even going to mention the goddamn hot dog.
there is
not.
literally no reason for you for that worm puppet to be that complex.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no reason that it should have that level of animatronics in it because you didn't see any of that on screen. You could have put googly eyes that moved and just shucking the fucking thing for all the good that did.
Yeah, because as far as I could tell, it was just like someone holding a puppet on their shoulder and like a little mouth moving up and down. Like that's
Yeah.
I don't recall there being like any part where I was like doing crazy movements or
Yeah, there's no reason why that thing should
just
have
the
been.
Except for
mouth.
the sex scenes.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, audience. You heard that right.
Oh yeah, this movie also has a ton of puppetry in it. A majority of the characters are puppets.
Which actually,
Well,
I
no,
can't give
okay,
a-
no, because the one girl, she's not a puppet. She is what puppet
Shut up,
designs
Michael.
came from.
She's the
What's-
proto
yeah.
puppet.
what's her name?
Yowie, Yucky.
Yomi.
Yomi.
A
Yeah,
proto
Yomi.
puppet.
Yeah. Well, she
Then there was
wasn't- she was
Grandma
just-
puppet.
Grandma puppet, Yomi, of course, Rhonda Worm,
Mm-hmm.
turkey skeletons.
Franken.
the baby
Oh,
turkey,
Franken turkey or
Franken
Blarf.
turkey, or Blarth.
Blarth.
Yeah,
Blarth. There are 2 different baby
elder
turkeys.
turkey.
There's the DVD and then
Yep,
and then
the mom
regular
turkey.
Mom
Little
turkey.
turkeys.
There's like 15.
There's Wise turkey.
Wise turkey. There's
Oh yeah.
multiple. I think there's like 2 or 3 skeleton turkeys they reuse.
Yeah. And then there were 2 birds in Wise Turkey's
2
staff.
Little
birds.
Davy and
And there's like 15, 20.
And then there's the bottom half that they just randomly use for
For that robot.
Muff.
Muff. That was so funny because Muff is just clearly a guy in a suit,
Yes.
and there's just a scene where he's marching back and forth, and when they cut down to his feet, it's just these 2 dangly like little puppet legs,
noodle legs.
like for some reason, like those kind of gags were funny in this.
That's the thing.
That
This
was-
movie.
yeah, it had some good stuff in there.
that would have been funny if that was consistent, but the first time we
Right.
see Muff, you see his legs and you see him walking. So it's
Right,
like either
yeah.
ride that there no
Right.
consistency in this whatsoever, which
Right.
is why none of them landed for me because I'm like, okay, but it's not like that's counter to what I just saw.
I did think the
Yeah.
was it the cheese string commercial that came out was pretty.
Oh,
nice.
that
It
was
just
that was
interrupted the-
great. There was little bits like that. I thought
No,
were just
because
like,
that made the movie last so much
That is-
longer.
I'm gonna agree with Ben.
I don't think that may have. There was like stuff like that because I like the little string cheese
And it-
things. That was just
They
goofy.
did it
Well, later
too
on with the
much.
So yeah,
They did
if that
mention the
had been
cheese
like
again.
the
Too many
only
ti-
one,
Yeah.
then fine. But
Too
for
many.
every one of those, there was 10 of those rat sniffing asshole ones that took 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Too many
didn't have
tangents.
anything to do. I didn't like any of the grandma stuff. I thought she was too cringe,
No.
way too cringe. I thought all of her lines felt like really forced, like crass humor for the sake of being crass. Like
And just dragged out. Like
Dragged
it
out.
does that like Will Ferrell movie thing where they just kind of will linger on a joke and just keep poking
Right.
at it and just drag it out as long as they can. They don't
but
even know what
that
we
worked.
need to-
That
yeah.
worked for
No.
Oh,
for my favorite character, Jeffrey. He is the
Tell
head
us
of
about Jeffrey.
the future head of security for
Heaven.
Thanksgiving Land.
For heaven.
Well, yeah, he eventually becomes that's a pretty big
It's his
bump.
destiny.
promotions.
He has a pike, because he's very
long
serious
pike.
about colonial
It's a
times.
long,
He
yeah,
has
not just a
long
pike, it's a long pike.
which is a stick with a butter knife on it,
Broom handle.
a broom handle. Yeah, and that was one of the best. That was one of the best bits in the movie. But for every bit that works, there's
10 that don't.
10 that don't.
And just last forever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
This was what was
you know
our
what? I think because of that, I don't, guys. Do you think we need to do a walk through this film, or should we just talk about the film?
Let's talk about the movie. Let's
Yeah,
talk
let's
about it
just-
first.
let's just-
Okay.
There is no way to retell this
Yeah,
story. in a
Well,
I
cohesive
couldn't
way.
believe-
what we'll
be
do
good.
is we'll just do what is the plot. It's going to be real short. Turkey wants to find ThanksKilling 2.
Because this is the first movie to skip its sequel.
Yep.
That's how it was marketed.
That's
yeah.
how
And it
marketed,
was
yeah.
destroyed. Now he's after the last copy. The last copy is in the hands of
Yomi.
Yomi.
because she finds it in the dumpster after seeing some random ass hallucination of a cat going into an asshole.
It was very strange. And she's lost her mind. Well,
where, how, we don't fucking know.
You say it that way, but it sounds weird. Okay,
The trash
and for some reason, Turkey has her mind apparently, and so there we go. They're both after something, and each one has it, and all these other crazy characters get wrapped up in. Plot achieved.
And for some
I
reason,
put more thought into it than they did.
They decide at the end that the reason why Turkey wants the thing is because he can curse mankind with it.
Right.
That's not mentioned in the rest of the movie anywhere, but it sure is mentioned in the last 5 fucking minutes. Just a time for me to literally be like, so why is him not having this movie a bad thing?
Right. It's like, just give it to him so you don't.
It's his fucking movie. He owns it.
Yeah.
So let's try this. Jerry, we're going to start with you.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get 3 from you.
What are we getting?
Least favorite things in the movie.
Least favorite.
Yeah, we'll start the we won't go out on a high note, so we just start the least favorite.
We'll try.
Some of those like surreal scenes with like it was kind of like a trip. They kind of dragged on a bit.
I think that was a play on her not having her mind, though. I don't think that was
It could be.
actually happening. I think that was in her mind, Yomi's mind.
Yeah, Yomi has.
Yeah,
as
but
our
they didn't
hero,
do shit
lost
to
her
establish that
Yeah,
other
they
than
didn't
just
help.
keep pointing to her
Yeah.
face.
Yeah,
Her
that's.
perception of time was like warped in that because it was like
I
Right.
think it was just opportunity for dubstep, really.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Stuck
yeah,
that in there.
they did drag. That's for sure. Those did.
mind. Was there an artist that was
Yeah.
did the dubstep stuff?
Yeah. You give us a
Yeah,
second moment there, Jerry, while I look that up real quick.
Second one.
Because I'll agree, those are a collective one. That counts.
Jerry can even think of 2 things he didn't like about this movie.
Oh, you
You
he's
can't
trying to
fucking
narrow it down. He's trying to narrow it down.
He's like, I can't think of one thing. I
It's
have a
like
problem with.
this thing literally scrambled eggs my brain, so I can't even remember it.
Zane Effendi.
Oh, so I got him some
Zena
work.
Fendi.
Yeah.
They didn't put the rest of the grandma's song in there.
Yeah, the chorus.
The chorus of the song is missing.
Sprinkle of wrinkle.
And I can't think of a third thing.
Jerry's
this
way more
movie
positive.
did.
So, you're
I made it. I got to watch it in a void. I didn't compare it to the first one. So
your things didn't like about it were
The weird dubsteppy, breaky,
dubstep.
hallucinating thing.
that
Yeah,
that there
it just went
wasn't
on too
enough of Grandma's rap song in that. and that was it. That's his two gripes against the
that's the
movie.
only thing wrong with it.
Other than that,
Ben, do you want
Top
to go
tier
now
flick.
or do you want to wait?
Oh, I can go
I just-
whenever.
go.
I just need 3. Just 3.
Just 3. Narrow it
Your
down.
3 least favorite
Narrow it
things.
down.
Okay. Well, so Grandma was just atrocious.
Even the pub design was kind of gross. But
Yeah. was
Oh my
pretty
god,
bad.
it was hideous.
The ADD for which this was put together is just mind-numbing. And
he's like, what's the third one?
the multiple endings.
Oh, yeah.
This movie ended 3 fucking times. Like there was the time where he went into the wood chipper. There's the time where he plugged in the DVD and like everybody died, but they didn't. Or we think that's what happening. There were random pictures of people's faces. And then it actually ended. And it could have ended 3 times before that. So those
multiple endings.
were yeah.
Eric, what's your least 3?
The pointless dialogue, and when I say that, I mean like dialogue that was like there were just so many conversations that had nothing to do with anyone's character, any plot or anything. It was just like this ongoing tangent that
It's like a
had
distraction.
nothing to do with anything. Yeah, it's like
that was
we've got the set.
annoying.
Let's just keep improving or whatever in this. So
Right.
the inconsequential dialogue outweighed the consequential dialogue. I hate that in movies, period. It drove me nuts.
You're not
in
Mm-hmm.
going to
this
give an
one.
exception for ThanksKilling 3.
Absolutely not. No. So there's one.
Not with the length of this fucking.
No, it was too long to do that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I get the
Like
the
an hour
drawn
and
out.
40 minutes. I think
Yeah.
it was, something like that.
I'll
Yeah.
say,
When you start approaching that 2-hour mark, you have to.
Like, you
Yeah.
got really have some stuff in there.
like, boy, you're just wasting our time. Oh my god, the butt vortex.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh.
I hated that, and
Well, where else was the vortex going to come from?
Where
being
else?
honest.
But it wasn't
It had
even
to be
good
there.
enough to like justify how much screen time it was getting. It was just like the same 3 shots of it every time it was activated,
like
just
a big
going on like,
blue-
oh, it's coming out of his
The
butt.
worm loosening.
Well,
Oh, that was terrible. That was
They
terrible.
established early on that they'll reuse shots. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen-
Right.
Oh yeah, speaking parts.
Absolutely. Oh, so yeah, that wasn't fun. And frankly, I hate that that so many characters survived. By the end of it, I hate that this movie made me root for Turkey to kill everyone else. Because in ThanksKilling, I fucking hated Turkey. He was my least favorite thing
he was
about
just killing
all
everyone
of it.
too, though.
And he was, and so many of these horrible characters just made it.
They just survived.
I was at least looking forward to getting pleasure out of watching them die stupidly, and I didn't even get that.
Tyler,
there.
what's your least favorite?
3 things. So the mice, the rat things.
Oh,
that really got on your nerves.
That
so
was bad. Anything with the grandma and that fucking cat cartoon.
Oh,
like the
Yeah.
Those,
Eric blocked it.
Doesn't make any sense.
those 3 things bugged the shit out of me. I didn't like any time grandma's on screen. It's too cringe, and I like cringe stuff, but that was too cringe.
Yeah. Tyler does have a wall of where the cringe needs to stay.
Yeah,
Right.
and it was so out of place. It was so out of place. Then like the rats was just terrible, and the fucking cartoon was just idiotic. So
Yeah.
I'd say that those are my 3 least favorite things with the movie.
Yeah.
So my 3 is like definitely the rats are in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That was just so weird.
Yeah.
Right.
and it was long.
Yeah, it was really long. I also felt like the whole sitcom setup at the beginning with Turkey. I'm like, why is Turkey even in this sitcom
That was
type of
pointless.
setup?
That was
Yeah.
weird.
I was just established he had a son, I guess. I don't know.
Who I kept
Yeah.
forgetting about. I kept every time they show him again. I'd be
There
like,
was
oh,
no
this
reason to
character
have
exists.
the sun in it. He became the DVD, and it was just a
Yeah.
thing to get him to.
It was a
find
cool
the DVD.
prop.
They could have had the DVD be like
Like
an evil
Hocus
spirit.
Pocus book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the third thing is very short, and you might even forgot about it, is like one of those little birds with the wise turkey
Yep.
just did a fart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
Just why?
unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
even
that's
like
just
cheap
so bad.
fart things are just kind of.
Yeah, I hate cheap farts. I hate
Do we-
farting rats. Just
There are situations like
Pissed
this where
me
a
off.
fart is funny, but I feel when you put it in farts are funnier in real life when they just kind of happen in a weird situation.
Yeah.
If you write it into a film,
I can
Oh, yeah.
just almost see the guy in the mic, just going into a mic, and
Right.
it's like, job
Yeah,
done.
like-
we
I'll get-
gotta
okay.
put that in.
I'll give you
Yeah.
a good example of a fart. Deadpool, when he walks past blind owl and he farts on her, and says #drive-by. It's funny because he's using it to be an asshole,
Yeah.
which we're
but,
Yeah.
but that was I guess Deadpool's kind of a comedy, really. So
Right.
Yeah.
well. This
Yeah.
is supposed to be.
yeah, it's supposed to be a comedy. So I hate. Me and Tyler's talked about this in the past before. Just like comedies that use farts as like their jokes. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. The cheap potty humor
Yep.
sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Hate
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
But that was my 3.
There are 3 things. Okay.
So you ready
There
to
we go.
circle back around for your favorite things?
We don't have to do 3, do we?
You got to pick 3.
What?
Well,
you can find 3.
It's so
Okay,
easy.
like
All right,
that.
fine.
All right, go, Jerry.
All right.
We might have to circle back to Ben for the. You might.
you got.
take a
We'll
while.
give you time. Jerry, you go ahead.
I like the practical effects. It looked like they were having fun with it.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
was mostly practical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that.
Even the giant Franken turkey. We can get into that if you want. Well, Blard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We can get into that in a little minute.
I didn't care for his dialogue too much, but I liked
No.
that he was there.
Yeah.
But
That's something I missed from the first one. Is because we had so much turkey, like all the punny things were in there, and they were like just. I don't know. It
I
wasn't-
think he used up all the good puns in the first movie.
Yeah,
is
pretty
the
much.
problem
Yeah.
too. Because like in the first one, like every line was a ThanksKilling pun. Like a Thanksgiving. And this one, like they only had like the one part. He only had like a couple, like cranberry sauce and.
well, we didn't have a lot of turkey in general.
Yeah,
for
right.
that matter.
But go on, Jerry.
I liked when the dialogue got serious.
Yeah.
So
Oh, like the dramatic scenes and
yeah,
stuff.
and then he's like, "Wait, did you say particle beam?" It just cracked me up. What was the other thing that? Oh yeah, she's Wig Newton.
I was going to say Wig Newton.
Wig Newton cracked me up right off the bat. It's like it's a wig. She's like a Wig Newton. That's what got me.
Eric.
Me.
Yeah, we're gonna let
Fuck.
Ben think on it.
Okay. Okay. The sets and the puppets were really well done.
Okay.
They did a great job with the
Agreed.
sets and the puppets. They were great.
I've got my 3.
Okay, good. There you go.
You really had to dig for that one. I think it was that third one. You're like, Dart, what's the third fucking thing?
Okay. Something okay. Couple things. Let me see. Thinking music.
What about the music?
Oh, that you're right. No, I did like that they brought back the theme song. The theme song was one of the only things I did like from the first
I love that
movie.
theme song. That's a good one.
So they brought back that music, and that was good. And some of the trippier visuals were cool. They just went on too long. You know, a lot of this stuff like had really cool like setups or funny premises or whatever. They just fucking stretched them out. So yeah, some of those cutaways where things were stroby and trippy were neat looking for the first 5 minutes.
I know what a lot of their downfall was is like they thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we made like an epic ThanksKilling movie?
Yeah.
Because you know how our first one was like so cheap? What if we made like an epic ThanksKilling movie? Wouldn't it be funny? I think that was a lot of their downfall. Because like just do what worked in the first one.
Right.
But,
Right.
Well, it's hard to recapture lightning in a bottle.
oh yeah. I talk about like Birdemic.
Just take a soft reboot, more or less, but it's still a sequel of your original script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just give it a fucking facelift then.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think
Evil
they
Dead
could-
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first one, like I said, the first one was good.
Yeah.
And they fucking like went, I don't know, in some, Ben agrees. First one was good. And
didn't see it, folks. You didn't see it.
I have no fucking frame of reference.
But I always talk about like Birdemic. I really like Birdemic.
That is funny.
Birdemic it works only in that first one because Birdemic, it was a sincere attempt at making a movie. The guy that made it thought he was making this really thought-provoking horror movie about global catastrophe, and he's this Vietnamese immigrant who fucking worked his ass off to make money to pay for this movie, and then he finally makes it, and it's critically panned as one of the worst films of all time. And it worked because everything was so unintentional. It was like, this stuff shouldn't be happening in a movie, but then like the first one was this runaway success, and they decided, hey, here's money to do a sequel, and they tried to make the sequel intentionally, like, oh, let's make it wild and wacky like the first movie, but it didn't work because everything that worked about the first one was by accident. It was all like this guy having no idea how to make a movie and put it on screen. So that's kind of the way I felt like ThanksKilling 3 was. Is like the first one was just kind of this thing, and they tried to overdo it.
And that was Tyler on a pedestal, just giving you right there.
Yeah.
Did you give us 3 things? You had the
I gave us
puppets
3
and stuff.
Yeah,
you
he
gave some
had
music.
location, movie,
and,
music.
the visuals during the trippier
Visuals,
scenes.
Yeah. All right, Ben, what did you dig out of there?
Okay, so there was the 2D fight scene, the video game scene between Turkey and Wise Turkey. That was pretty cool. I could have actually just dealt with the whole movie being like that at that point for what I got out of that. So I like that. The alleyway in which we find Yomi in the dumpster is like head to toe in graffiti. And
That's
it turns out it's a real alleyway.
Yeah, in Grand Rapids.
Art Alley.
So that was a beautiful location that I could see being used for other things.
Yeah.
And then the credits. It ended.
That was the last one you thought of, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, we didn't watch long enough to see if there's something after the credits.
I don't
an
care.
after credit scene.
I don't
post-credit scene.
No.
Oh, did you notice?
Killing 4.
ThanksKilling first. You shut your mouth. Don't utter those words.
Probably 5,
It's
actually.
not worth the risk.
Michael, what about you?
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah, I went.
Ty.
3 things I liked. I liked the Evil Dead gravy homage.
Oh,
where he
that
gets
was
the chain carver penis. I thought that was fun. I liked I don't really know 3 things I like about this movie, honestly.
Slice switch.
Oh my god, yeah. Anything with Jeff. Jefferson. Anything with Jefferson.
Yeah,
God.
There
Call
you
me
go.
Jeff.
That stupid.
That
He
was-
kept getting pissed at the mom kept calling him
Okay.
That
Jeff.
was such that character was so fun. Every time he's on screen too. He was so sincere about it. That's what I liked about it. He was just like he really like made that character. And the third thing. What would be the third thing I liked about it? Man.
You really like this light switch gag, or is that wrapped up into Jeff?
Just Jeff. Yeah, it's Jeff. I like anything he did. That light switch gag was.
He was the security for heaven now. And
yeah, that character was so good. That should be the next spinoff in the in the TCU.
Jeff,
when they do that.
gatekeeping for heaven.
Hit him.
I will. Okay. Sorry, Ty. Good night.
When Yami's
A
dying.
third thing. What the hell would be the third thing?
Ben dug one out.
I guess it'd be like
I cheated. I claimed the credits.
I guess it'd be the Evil Dead 2 ending because it reminded me of Evil Dead 2, which a lot of this movie did. But I'd say,
No, you recycled. The first number one was the Evil Dead.
yeah,
Cheating bastard.
I don't even know a third thing I liked about it. Except everything was like
suit up.
it's like as soon as you started to like something, it went on way too much, and you were just like in this shit. I guess it would be the practical effects would be my third thing. I really appreciated the use of puppetry, and
right.
I thought that was good. I mean, that could have been easy. I'd say it probably added on to a lot of the reason why it took so long to shoot this movie is dealing with puppets and trying to do shots. So I would say that.
I'll say the worm broke 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
For some unknown reason.
I don't
no
know.
idea.
It was just a
I would have just been like, let's just
use.
use a rubber turd.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
eventually
probably why
it was
they
like
used the
slap
hot
some
dog
Google-
too.
Yeah, probably
Just
got tired
this
of
would
it.
be fun if we just did a hot dog.
They
the same
probably just like,
price.
we need this one shot. This thing's broken. Fucking grab a hot dog and let's
Yeah.
fucking shoot it.
Just be the rest of the film with a hot
That
dog.
blew my mind. That confused me. That broke me for a minute.
It did.
I don't remember
yeah.
a lot after that for a second.
Yeah. Well,
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Literally upfused his brain.
It's amazing, like how just in Trent, how reliant we are on like continuity in a film. Like they cut away. Same framed shot and everything, and there's the hot dog suddenly, and then we're back, and it threw all of us. It's just like what, huh?
I was just saying they couldn't get the. Well, I was kind of right. They had to do a pickup shot without the original actor.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That was.
You had no idea how right you were.
Yeah, I was there. I was with them.
Unbelievable.
What about you?
Yeah.
Mike? What about you? 3 things you liked.
I definitely like just definitely the gravy, like just the puns that hit. So like gravy, like we got all suited up like gravy, and then
Yeah.
you shall not peck.
Shut up. Shut
How
up.
about that?
That was terrible.
And then
What an
just the
affront.
transformation into the video game fighting because he's like, "You shall not peck," and then we're in the game. Like,
Yeah.
and then the whole conversation
Like,
in there, just like it's like why you put me like because Turkey was like you put me into a fucking game for a fight. He's like, yeah, 1993 version. That year you missed my party or some shit. Does that count as 2 things?
No, that's one thing. That's the puns.
I just generally, because that's what I think this movie suffered was just not enough actual Turkey himself in it.
Yeah.
So I liked anytime Turkey was actually involved because his characters, they're trying to develop all these other characters, but his character is developed and we didn't get enough of them.
Right.
But I liked any time that like Turkey was actually a part of the
Yeah,
scenes.
because
and
opposite
stuff.
what Eric said, I like that's the only part I liked in the first movie was all the shit with Turkey. Because I thought it was a fun character. It's tongue in cheek and like these horrible puns. They just did like they treated them like they were like clever. I thought that was fun when they did that in the first movie.
Yeah, in this movie they try to throw the puns to everybody. It's like not everybody needs the puns. It was Turkey's thing.
It should have just been Turkey. I appreciate him in the first one a lot more now. I do.
Third thing, there was another pun that got me. I can't remember which one. The light switch bit was great.
That's
though.
one thing that
You're just talking about the puns.
The puns were great.
You've grouped everything. And you've had
I've
one
grouped
thing
it.
you like about this. You like the puns.
I like the transformation to the video game.
That's
Okay,
two.
that's 2.
Okay.
Now you need a
What's
third
your third
completely
thing?
separate thing. It's not a pun or a transition.
The puns are great.
Yeah.
How about that other pun? I got 5 now. See, I said all the puns. Shit.
It's hard.
That's
It
right.
is hard.
Finding that third
Ha!
one is
Who
hard.
would have thought that I would have had an easier time than 2 of you?
Well, you cheated. You grabbed the credits.
I did grab the credits. It's not my fault that nobody saw that rap laying there.
Oh, well, he's thinking the credits
like
were kind
dubstep,
of funny
Mike? You
how
didn't like
they
the
had
music?
the nicknames in the
Oh,
middle,
yeah.
like
Oh yeah, that was
so
very.
and so the whatever. Yeah,
That was
I don't know.
very Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. That's what they do
There
in
we
Treehouse
go.
of Horror. They always
Yeah.
do that.
They just put in funny nicknames for him.
Dude. Better not get copyright
It's
strike.
rough. Yeah. Copyright.
Bought you as much time as I
Man,
could.
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah,
Oh no, I
man,
think it was probably like the the dramatic speech scene where where was he talking about? He was like out in had all the
Oh my God, we're talking about
picking
Oh,
up,
God,
getting
yeah.
more
Oh,
intense.
yeah, that was good. That was a good bit.
That whole bit
Yeah.
where he just
Family could get a barrel of stuffing.
You know, who else
Yeah,
like-
that's-
barrel of stuff.
talk about how his wife and kid
They got
died.
ate by wolves.
Getting eaten by wolves, going to get stuffing.
you know who else likes Murphy's stuffing? Wolves.
I was like, oh, man, I knew there was something major I liked about it. It was that whole just sequence right there. And then you could see where the fog machine was when they kind of
Yeah, I was
came
like,
out.
and there's the
Ready
fog
shot.
machine.
Yep.
No, that was awesome.
God.
You know, for as much as I wouldn't say I love this movie, but the things I did appreciate about it, I can tell they watched like Team America World Police.
Oh.
Is where they drew a lot of this shit from.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that was similar vein.
That was very similar, like comedy. You're
Yes.
absolutely
Yeah.
right. A lot of those jokes were very much.
That's
the same.
what it reminded me a
Right.
lot of.
That explains why I dislike this movie so much. I hate it.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
the
I
big-
love that
yeah.
movie.
Oh.
It's a great flick.
It's another one of those where it's like it just goes on too long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe we'll do an episode. on that.
This, yeah. You know, Eric done locked it in. 4th of July special. Team America World Police.
do I say?
Can we? No. We're not doing this before.
Slipped out.
We're not doing that before we actually do Independence Day.
True. I yeah.
Man, you are the hero that we all need.
God,
You are.
Look, if you stop proposing specials, just let.
Just stop.
I would go to Thanksgiving land, though. The gravy train.
I don't think
and-
I
that would be
would.
so disgusting. Do you know what that would look like after like a day?
Oh, after a couple
Don't-
hours, yeah.
Don't dip things into the gravy
Yeah,
lake.
don't-
The lake gravy
It's a
lake.
gravy
Yeah.
river.
What would that
Gravy
smell
river.
like?
Oh god.
Ugh.
That was
chips.
yeah. I Dan Jeffrey's such a good character. Jefferson, Jesus Christ. More of that guy. They killed him way too early. But then again, this whole movie went way too long. I think it just felt like it took. I felt like it was like further back than they killed him because this movie just drags at some points.
Right.
At some points, I was just sitting there, just like, when is this going to end?
That's the multiple endings because there's several times we're like, okay, you can end it now.
Yeah.
The minute Turkey went into that Pluckmaster, that movie over.
That could have been it.
But then we wouldn't have the gravy line where he
Yeah.
puts the chainsaw as his dick.
I don't give a
I
shit.
feel- I feel like
learned
it,
about Turkey Hell.
I feel like it could have ended
We
in
still
Turkey
didn't.
Hell for sure. I feel like Turkey Hell is where it should have ended. So I get why it didn't end after the Pluckmaster. He's had that like Jason X kind of like.
Oh, that's a good movie to cite as a reason to do something.
Well, I get they're doing like the whole like he gets upgraded
He's
or
back and he's
whatever.
badder than ever.
Yeah, they're doing that
Like a
thing,
metal
but I
guy.
feel like that should have ended in Turkey Hell. It killed him in there, and he gets trapped in hell, and that's the end of
Or
it.
have him plug in the DVD and he wins.
Yeah, could have done that too.
Yeah, the bad guy can win.
Boy, I wish. So many
Yeah.
people
No,
survived.
if it's his revenge, nut up, man. Have him win.
Yeah.
So here's some interesting
agree.
trivia. During the chase out of Turkey Hell, the Blar suit got caught on the cave set, causing the monster with Troy, because Troy was inside the big suit thing.
Who's Troy?
The designer, he designed
Okay.
all that
Yeah,
stuff.
You
don't
see-
refer to Troy like we know who the
You
fuck
know
that
Troy.
is.
You know Troy.
My boy Troy.
Ah, Troy.
Troy.
We had
Troy was-
cappuccinos with him yesterday.
Troy was in the suit the whole time. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm pretty sure I read that earlier. Like Troy, that was knowledge in my brain. I'm sorry.
I guess,
because I read that earlier that Troy
I was-
designed all of this shit.
I was thinking like, there was some character I forgot. Was there like a point where a character named Troy got turned into him? Like,
No, I'll have to find him. I'm pretty sure like Troy designed.
You know
like,
what's
everything.
that's how bad this movie is. When he said Troy was inside the suit, I'm like, oh, it was supposed to be a suit that he was wearing. I thought that was part of the plot. I was like, oh, I just don't remember that.
Oh, jeez.
Damn it!
No,
That would have made more sense.
So Troy inside the okay, so we're Blarsuit got caught on the cave set, causing the monster with Troy inside to crash to the floor. Because the suit was built of styrofoam, he was protected and uninjured.
Oh, thank God Troy was
good.
safe. What would we do for
Yeah.
bowling next week?
I was worried about Troy. That scared me. That scared me when that almost happened.
I didn't. Should have I realized I was a man in a suit though to begin with?
Oh yeah, you probably should have. I mean, did you think it was a real giant turkey?
I didn't think that either. I thought it was just another puppet.
Maybe a
God,
puppet.
that was funny though. He goes, Troy was in the suit. Everybody just like turns and looks at him.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, here it is.
That is so coy.
so
Just
round,
like
I thought it was
Troy
gonna
was in
roll.
the suit.
Yeah, here it is. This is where I read that.
Interesting piece of trivia. Troy was in the suit the whole time.
Oh,
No, here's the trivia I found where it was Troy Smith.
Okay.
The Blarth suit was worn and performed by creature effects designer Troy Smith.
Yeah, that's where you read those.
See, there's
That's where I started. Sorry, that's why I should have started. It was down farther on the list.
It's amazing what happens when you read the book from the beginning.
They ordered it. Don't blame me. IMDb. The suit itself was built out of wood, chicken wire, and spray foam, ultimately making it incredibly heavy. A small monitor was attached inside for Troy to operate from.
I know it's a lot of spray. I noticed that's what they used in a lot of the animatronics was spray foam. On that fucking Muff character, that was all spray foam.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna take this. If I have to shout out a single character, one good character in this, it was Muff.
You liked Muff?
I did. I liked Muff.
For all that Muff did, thank you, Muff.
You ever went muff diving?
Muff even had the decency to blow his own head off. You know?
Oh my god!
Oh, he did. He tried to kill the worm.
He did.
Yeah.
He tried.
Jesus
really did.
Christ!
The working title was ThanksKilling sequel. Nice.
Okay.
Lame.
I could see him releasing it.
Okay, I'm kind of starting to feel like the movie, this is going on.
Yeah, I feel like it as well. I think we should get.
I think we got it.
Is
The audience is starting to feel like us when we watch the movie.
Is there any
It's giving me
mind blowing
right
trivia in there, or is that just all just like?
The movie itself was mind blowing, Ty. I don't think
Okay,
there's
well,
much
as long as
to-
it doesn't like.
I mean, the guys from the first one were in the infomercial.
Okay.
They made their appearance in the infomercial for the first film.
Okay.
They were killed in the first one.
Fuck them.
All right.
Fine. Let's go to our rating, I guess. And
Yeah, let's bounce on over to our next segment. We'll rate ThanksKilling 3.
Yeah, Jerry, take us to the next segment.
All right, what's the scale on this? Is it out of 10 or
No, you're supposed to get us to the bumper first.
you're going to the
He's on
bumper?
Call to Lore. They don't have bumpers.
They don't have bumpers.
We don't do
What's
bumpers.
the bumper?
We're long form.
Yeah.
You're just lost then, Jerry. I'm sorry.
All right, guys.
We're going to end it right like
and I'll
this.
catch you.
Let's hop on the gravy train. Let's head on to our next segment.
No dick, huh? Gravy.
All right, we're back here and we're going to rate ThanksKilling 3, and I think it's apropos the way we're doing this is we're going to rate it either gravy or not gravy.
Ooh.
And depending on your your opinion on gravy, it could be good or bad. I don't know. That's again very subjective. Do you enjoy gravy? Do you not? Is a not gravy a good rating? I don't know.
Ben, how did you like the gravy that Tyler made for you upstairs?
First of all, he didn't make that.
Oh, I made a full four course. ThanksKilling.
Great.
Yeah,
It was ham/turkey.
Fresh picked green peas. That we boiled, and I mashed up some Idaho potatoes and real cream. Salted and buttered, and then we had a nice juicy succulent turkey over some fluffy hot stuffing, and we coated that all into a nice savory gravy. And it was fantastic.
It was absolutely delicious. Microwaved in a minute and a half.
Yeah. Whole meal. You feed a whole family for $1.25. What a world! What a world we live in.
Tyler was nice enough to carve up the turkey for you.
I carved it up.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
And it was a great feast. I think it really set the mood for ThanksKilling 3.
Yeah.
So who would like to start the gravy or not gravy train here?
Go ahead, Jerry.
All right.
We'll just keep going around the way we were.
I'm going to give it a very salty gravy.
Salty gravy.
Salty gravy.
Oh, nice savory.
What's your
golden
reasoning
gravy.
for your salty gravy?
Well, it's I was entertained.
He was entertained. He did say that.
I have watched that now.
That is a thing I have watched in my life.
That is a thing that happened to
you.
To my very
You can say it.
limited
It
human
happened to you.
experience.
You get to tell all your friends now?
I can tell.
You can say it, Jerry. You're a victim.
And anybody that will listen.
Does it make you want to watch ThanksKilling, the original?
I do kind of feel like it would fill in some gaps for me.
For sure, it would.
It would definitely.
I wish I could.
It would
tell you
answer.
that
It would answer all the questions you have for this one. It'll do a good job of you'll put it all in a different perspective.
Okay, I'll give it a chance. I'll go.
Where did we watch it? Where's it available? I don't even know. This was on Prime.
It's on Prime. I'm pretty sure it's still on Prime.
Yeah, so you might be able, if you have Amazon Prime, you could watch ThanksKilling. I don't know
That is
if
a thing you can do.
I don't know if you want to subject Deidre to that, but you know.
I'll bring her along.
It's only an hour 10 minutes.
She's shaking her head. but-
Yeah, I mean the first one's shorter. That's
Yeah.
the first one is shorter.
That would be
She's
good.
like, I have better things to do with my fucking life.
All right, Ben, what's your rating
This
here?
movie sucked ass.
That's not
It is.
not on our scale.
That's my
of-
rating. This was terrible.
This was gravy or not gravy.
This was a fucking abomination. This was so.
I think it's just because he didn't see the first one.
Kickstarter should
is why he
be
didn't like
goddamn ashamed of itself for producing this fucking garbage.
So that's two gravies. And what about you, Eric?
Very savory.
Are we gonna get gravies across the board here? Or,
Is that he certified gravy?
Okay, so
Eric watched
He's gotta
half this.
brace himself.
Eric watched like 2/3 of this film through his fingers because he kept covering his face. Just
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
This trauma response.
so
Is that how you learn to get through most things?
it is just shielded through my fingers. I'm doing it right now. Just thinking about
not
it.
even
I feel like I
on
want
the
away
screen.
from this
No.
review. Can I just?
This is a dry turkey, no gravy, not gravy.
Not
It
gravy.
is. They had such a good set. They had good sets, good puppets, like
Good cinematography,
good
even, really.
cinematography. They had all of these great components, and they squandered it with their story. Absolutely squandered it. I am like, that to me is egregious. That's egregious. You had fans pay you to make this, and you couldn't even. Well, you know what? Fuck those guys too. You saw the first one. Like, just because it's worse than the first one doesn't mean the first one was great. So anyway,
I
yeah, no
disagree with
gravy
that.
on this turkey. Not gravy.
What do you got, Ty?
I'm shockingly gonna give it a not gravy. I was
Shocking.
I was like I would never seen this movie. I love the original, but
He's
I
almost
couldn't.
at a loss for words. He's like trying to find. He's like,
I couldn't say I like this movie. I will stick to watching the original because I really enjoy it. I think it's a very entertaining movie, and I get it and I understand the stuff in it. This I didn't get any of it. I didn't understand why they were doing these weird bits, these stretched out. I don't even know what you call them, segments, skits.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sketches or something like that.
Distractions.
Yeah, it's almost like a bad
Sidebars.
like sketch comedy group like putting on some little puppet shows.
Right.
And it was bad. I didn't enjoy that. Like I said, I really liked the first one. The first one I think is just a fun movie, and I always have a good time watching it. But I did not enjoy a majority of this. There was bits I liked. Jefferson, every time he's on screen, that guy stole the show. He stole the show from the second he walked on till every other minute it popped up. I thought it was good. But aside from that, then like even the stuff I did like outside of that was Evil Dead 2 stuff. So I mean.
Yeah.
It's not,
lifted from
Shot
a
for
better
shot.
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
from a better movie. Like
Yeah.
it's the same. Raimi should have got a writing credit on this for anything because
Yeah.
there's more of his material in this than there was original stuff. But
Right.
yeah, not gravy, not gravy for me.
Not gravy.
Well,
You're breaking the tie.
am I? No.
What?
That is not.
That's right. Ben did call it gravy,
You're
didn't
not,
he?
you're not gaslighting my opinion, Ty.
Well, you didn't say. I thought that was gravy. Well, I guess it's. I was mistaken. I thought Ben was.
I thought
he
he
said
was on board. Yeah, I thought he was on board.
I thought he was
Piss on both of you.
I thought he was on board.
No, it's definitely suffering by comparison to the first one because like you said, the first one is fun, a lot of turkey, so it's definitely not gravy for me. This trilogy. I mean, I wish I could have
my
seen the second
God.
one, but it got launched into space. I'll
I
never
think
get
we're
to see-
better for not seeing it.
I mean, apparently it was worse than this because it was the
Yeah.
worst of all time. Is why it got shot into space and burned and all
We had
that.
to see that first scene of it, and I wasn't too impressed by that. So I don't
Oh,
think.
boobs, but yeah,
They weren't good boobs. They weren't.
No,
They
it
weren't worth money boobs.
But there is better and no boobs.
Those were Those were used up fun bags.
They got more use left in them.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah, just not gravy. It did have its funny moments for sure. Like there was times it did. I think it got everybody at least here and there,
Yeah.
but definitely not as a whole.
No.
Yeah.
I was Jerry. I was entertained in parts, but overarching is like nah.
Yeah.
I could go again. Never watch. I'd only watch at this point to torture other people with it.
Right. Right. Yeah. if they would have just cut out 5 minutes out of every single bit that they did,
Maybe
then
we'll
it
make
would
a
have been
Cult
a lot
Talk Net
better.
cut of it.
Yeah.
We'll cut out all the
Go
weird
ahead.
things.
You want to subject yourself to that trauma.
Just like great.
Eric's getting pretty good at Final
More than
Cut, so you have.
God.
Yeah, Eric, you're doing good at editing
Yeah,
these days.
I could
all
use
the
some trash to
ingredients.
practice on.
Yeah, there you
With
go.
a
Try to cut ThanksKilling 3 into a good movie. That's a good exercise.
I actually,
You could show you could show her floating in space and then credits.
and then that's the end. Yeah.
And actually, that would still be a bad movie.
Jeffrey just waving you goodbye.
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
But I think there we have it. ThanksKilling 3, not gravy.
Not gravy.
Surprisingly.
Wow, surprisingly.
Surprisingly not gravy.
Surprisingly not gravy.
And what little gravy there was salty.
I was surprised Ben loved it so much and gave it a
I
green.
know that was shocking. That's the shocking turn of this whole thing.
Oh, guys.
We
come
turned
on.
him into a believer. Eric's like, I live with
It's
him, guys.
no,
I want to
it's.
listen to this.
I know that our audience is smart enough not to fall for this bullshit.
I have a lot of faith in our audience.
What
I am.
what a way to kick off our Cult Talk Net Thanksgiving feast.
Yep.
A nice hors d'oeuvre for everyone when we get to the banquet that will be our
There we go.
tomorrow's
Sour
film.
oysters.
But this is our this is our little Thanksgiving night, our Thanksgiving Eve YouTube exclusive for everybody. We hope you enjoyed. If anything, you enjoyed us talking about ThanksKilling 3 and maybe saved yourself the task of watching these things. Just go watch ThanksKilling. It's a much better movie.
just go watch ThanksKilling.
It's a fun flick.
And also, if you guys are traveling, be safe out there. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
This
for
is
sure. Be
right.
safe.
Big
Yeah,
travel
Be safe.
time right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hope everyone's getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. We do have a Thanksgiving Day special coming
Yay!
out tomorrow.
Good stuff. Nourishing for the soul.
Yeah, Ben suffered through ThanksKilling 3 to be able to get that
I ate
recorded.
my McDonald's. Now I want real food.
We're going to be doing planes, trains, and automobiles. Is that going to be on everyone's feeds? That's, that's going to be on all pod feeds for everybody
Yeah, we'll take
tomorrow. So
You mean this one's not?
No.
No,
Why'd we even do it?
Please.
it's YouTube exclusive.
I asked that.
I wonder that too.
Yep.
I do too. We should just rewatch.
Coda Lore ain't
ThanksKilling.
sponsoring this crap show.
That's what we should have. We should just start a Thanksgiving tradition where we just watch ThanksKilling every year, review it every year.
with a different audience, have like different people involved every year. That'd been good.
Yeah, just review it every year.
Well, there's always next year.
Yeah, there is always next year. Eric's excited. This is Eric's idea.
No.
He was giving me the eyes like, can we just do ThanksKilling next year?
I think we should went with Eric's original idea and just done that in the first place.
Yeah, that's what his plan was from the beginning.
Don't worry, the gaslighting won't stick.
But
They know who's really looking
Jerry,
out for
you
them.
joining us next year for
Yeah.
ThanksKilling? Because Eric would love you there.
It's a tradition now.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tradition.
So
Wow.
if you would like to,
Wow.
if you'd like to hold off watching ThanksKilling until next year,
Oh, I can wait.
yeah,
Sure, I can wait.
there we
it's gonna be
have.
hard, but he can wait.
Oh, I can wait.
Well, there we have.
There we go.
Good stuff.
There
Build
we
it
go.
up. Watch the trailer. Get
Yeah,
build
I'll
up
get
for it.
hyped
Yeah,
for the
it gets
whole year.
But yeah, so tomorrow, Planes, Trains, Automobiles will be on the feeds for all of our fans. Cult Talk Conspiracy, Cult of Lore, Cult of Campbell. Everyone's going to have a nice Planes, Trains, Automobiles review waiting on them in the morning for their holiday travels because I hate traveling on Thanksgiving, but I like having podcasts to listen to. So
Yeah.
we're going to make sure you guys have something from us to listen to if you so choose. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, of course. Instagram, that's where I post everything. Instagram.
Call Talk Net across the board.
Yeah, Cult Talk Net across the
at
board.
Cult Talk Net. You'll
Obviously,
find
if you're listening to this, you're already on our YouTube at Cult Talk Net, so make sure you give us a follow. And until next time, I've been Ty.
it. I've been Eric, and I'm grateful for you guys.
I'm Ben. Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm stuffed.
And I'm Michael.
And have a happy Thanksgiving.
ThanksKilling.
ThanksKilling.
Yeah.
Stay gravy.